Continuing with the theme of Jesus' playfulness for a moment, let's take another look at the famous Emmaus Road story. This is from Luke 24. Now that same day, which would be Resurrection Sunday, two of them were going to a village called Emmaus, about 7 miles from Jerusalem. They were talking with each other about everything that had happened. As they talked and discussed these things with each other, Jesus himself came up and walked along with them, but they were kept from recognizing him. He asked them, "What are you discussing together as you walk along?" They stood still, their faces downcast. One of them, named Cleopas, asked him, "Are you only a visitor to Jerusalem and do not know the things that have happened there in these days?" "What things?" he asked. Pause. You have got to be kidding me. Here are two of Jesus' disciples, as grief-stricken as human hearts can be. They think he's dead. They think it's all over. If any moment cried out for good news from Jesus, it was this one. Yet again, how casually he enters the scene, this time as a traveler with a flight to catch. He just sort of huffs up alongside, again hiding himself as he later does on the beach, to let this play out. He asks what they're so upset about. Can you believe it? Cleopas can't. How is it possible this stranger missed the things rocking Jerusalem the past few days? What things? Jesus inquires. If anyone knows what things, it is Jesus. These are his things, his most important things ever. He feigns ignorance? The story continues. About Jesus of Nazareth, they replied. He was a prophet, powerful in word and deed before God and all the people. The chief priests and our rulers handed him over to be sentenced to death, and they crucified him. But we had hoped that he was the one who was going to redeem Israel. And what is more, it is the third day since all this took place. Remember now, what is Jesus' mood this particular Sunday morning? Just a few hours ago, he walked out of the grave with the keys to hell swinging on his belt and the redemption of mankind in his pocket. Would it be safe to say he's cheerful, excited, jubilant? Christ is about as happy as anyone has ever been, okay? But so far, he has only appeared to Mary. Isn't the moment crying out for him to reveal himself to these shell-shocked followers? Look, it's me. I'm alive. Everything is going to be okay. Rejoice. Tell the world. He doesn't. He carries on with the disguise, apparently for some time, holding forth on highlights from the Old Testament as the three of them walk along. Then comes this unbelievable moment. As they approached the village to which they were going, Jesus acted as if he were going farther. But they urged him strongly, "Stay with us, for it is nearly evening. The day is almost over." So he went in to stay with them. He acted as if he were going farther? Well, nice talking to you chaps. So sorry for your loss. Hope things turn out, but I've got to get going. What in the world? Christ takes up the role of an actor, pretending to have to move on so that they have to beg him to stay. Oh, all right. If you insist. When he was at the table with them, he took bread, gave thanks, broke it, and began to give it to them. Then their eyes were opened, and they recognized him, and he disappeared from their sight. Poof. See ya. What do you make of this story? Jesus' behavior is either A, bizarre, B, meant to drive home some obscure spiritual lesson, which, taking in the timing, the first thing he does after resurrecting, and his play acting is even more bizarre, or C, it's playful. Given that this is the God of a playful creation on his resurrection morn, he who has been so playful with his followers in their years together, whom we see playing the inside joke on his closest followers a week from now, I'm putting my money on playful. Here's another wonderful moment when Jesus' tone of voice means everything. The next day, Jesus decided to leave for Galilee. Finding Philip, he said to him, "Follow me." Philip, like Andrew and Peter, was from the town of Bethsaida. Philip found Nathanael and told him, "We have found the one Moses wrote about in the law, about whom the prophets also wrote, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph." "Nazareth? Can anything good come from there?" Nathanael asked. "Come and see," said Philip. When Jesus saw Nathanael approaching, he said of him, "Here is a true Israelite, in whom there is nothing false." "How do you know me?" Nathanael asked. Jesus said, "I saw you while you were still under the fig tree, before Philip called you." "Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." Jesus said, "You believe because I told you I saw you under the fig tree? You shall see greater things than that." These guys are meeting Jesus for the first time. Now keep in mind now that Jesus knows what is about to unfold, all that these lads will be swept up into, feeding the 5,000, commanding the storm to cease, raising Lazarus from the dead. Nathanael says, "How in the world do you even know me? We've never seen each other before." Jesus says casually, "Oh, I saw you under the fig tree before Philip came to get you." Nathanael hits his knees. "You are the Son of God, the King of Israel." Jesus' response is priceless. "You believe because I told you I saw you under the fig tree?" There has to be a couple of raised eyebrows and a suppressed smile on his face. "Wow, you're easily impressed." And then, knowing what Nathanael is about to behold, he has to chuckle just a bit when he says, "Oh, you'll see greater things than that." I'm remembering a story from last summer. My sons and I were on the first leg of a 5-day backpacking trip into a wilderness area we'd never visited before. We'd only been on the trail for about 45 minutes or so, but already I'm bringing up the rear. I'm the old goat now. I'm looking around, taking in the sights, when I notice moose sign on the trail. Tracks, droppings, not fresh, but still, it didn't even cross my mind we were going to be in moose country. I love moose. Seeing one is a celebration for me. With a hesitant hopefulness, I prayed, "Wow, Jesus, it would be awesome if we could see a moose." Once during this trip, I'm thinking several days from now, once we're into the backcountry and maybe only from a mile away, Jesus' immediate reply was deadpan. "You will. Count 1,001, 1,002, 1,000, bam, there is a moose standing in the meadow." His comic timing could not have been more exquisite. How have we missed this? Ask yourself, is this the Jesus of my friends? My church? Is this the Jesus we pray to? Is this what I look to experience from Jesus?